Good morning to you from my favourite little country church. It's such a blessing to be able to come in here in the morning and to know that there's no one else here, just me and the Lord. And to be able to pour your heart out to God is a wonderful thing, and to find a quiet place. It doesn't matter where it is, it can be in your own home. So I do regard this as a blessing. Well, this morning I opened at the most famous passage in the whole Bible. If you go to the weddings of people that are not Christians, you'll probably find on the wedding schedule in front of you this particular passage. And of course I'm talking about 1 Corinthians 13. And I really don't have a great long message for you this morning, but just to say that there's one thing that struck me. And I'd like to read the passage to you and let the Lord minister it to you as you hear it. Then I'll just mention one or two points that came to me. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I may boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. But now we see only a reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part. Then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. A couple of words that spoke to me from that. That if we don't have love, we're either something or we're nothing. We lose out completely. We lose out to the one, or we sell ourselves to the other one. And I thought about, as I was reading this, it was coming to me in my spirit about what man is trying to do today in creating these extremely fast computers, pouring knowledge into people that they hadn't learned, trying to make them full, trying to make them something. But actually, the one thing the computer cannot give, cannot manufacture, cannot copy, is the love of God. The love that's shed abroad in our hearts. I don't know, maybe if you put a question to a computer, one of these vastly fast computers, and if you said to it, one of these artificial intelligences, and said, what is love? I wonder if it would come up with 1 Corinthians 13. The power of love, the power of care, the power of being held in his arms, the way we hold our children, the way we care for them and nurture them. And as it says here, I know now in part, But then I shall know, even as I am fully known. Yes, the computers may start to know lots of things about us, even figure out the way we think. But we can never be fully known as God knows us. Who can know the mind of God? The fastest computer that could ever be created could never think at the speed of the Spirit of God, could never penetrate as the Spirit of God into the mind of a man. Yes, God knows us fully, and he calls us to a work, and he calls us to a walk. And as it says here, it's verse 8, love never fails. Never fails. It's perfect. And that's the perfection that we're being brought to. I'd like to end with a hymn. It's a lovely one that I know very well from my early days in the Methodist Church. See if you recognize it. It's a blessing of the song. Come down, O love divine, seek thou this soul of mine, and visit it with thine own ardour glowing. O Comforter, draw near, within my heart appear, and kindle it thy holy flame bestowing. Oh, let it freely burn, till earthly passions turn to dust and ashes in its heat consuming. And let thy glorious light shine ever on my sight, and clothe me round the while my path illuming. Let holy charity mine outward vesture be, and lowliness become mine inner clothing. True lowliness of heart, which takes the humbler part, and o'er its own shortcomings weeps with loathing. And so the yearning strong, with which the soul will long, shall far outpass the power of human telling. For none can guess its grace till he becomes